Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My ID card and my name is Agung Nur Saifuddin. You can call me Agung. From SMK Singosari, Kabupaten Malang. I will deliver a speak by title Conference of Fruitfulness. These 2 years we have together have just been stimulated and empowered by God our Lord to overcome and attack greater than the COVID-19 virus which brings havoc and ferocity upon the life of everyone of us in this place. Still surviving in my mind, my brothers, the news of death echoes everywhere. One by one, God allows us to call regardless of our status and who they are before in our human days. Whether it's poor, it's young or old, has a low position or a high one, and has spiritual status among communities, and has not escaped COVID-19 virus attack. Even every aspect of the field in the country affected by COVID-19 virus attack. Of those in existence, some of our brothers survive and try to survive, but very few of try to survive to give in the situations. It doesn't stop there. Not just the wars against the virus, the economic environment that worsen our plummet. But the next problem is mental health cases worsen over healthy cases. It's stated that mental health problems have doubled during pandemics. It is not surprising that our squeezing of the situations make many more people feel afraid or even anxious about the days ahead. Because there are few of money and many sorts of left have been built up collectively in such a short time. In this life, the amount of money and the need of the stomach are two things that are principal benchmarks of well-being, the calm and calmness. This is one highest and largest factor that causes humans to flock to the grid to increase the volume of money and satisfy the need for combat stomach. To the point, with the COVID-19 virus attack by God to ask mediator for chaos for each of us, so many of these ideas become so clear and ignorant shared value the most meaningful. Then what is it? To be most meaningful, the answer is the fight agreement with our will. In one of the books, they present the law of protection, or in English is the law of protection, that the requirements for we want we can release manifest to materialism by believing that there is greater power than our human power, believing that there is power greater that is built over us as humans. One top of that, I remember one account from the Ayub Prophet tax, where the text him received come after the Prophet Ayub tax had been exiled by God. After the destructions of everything one by one, God allowed out by sickness the Ayub Prophet job even before lecturing implemented the Prophet tax. One position another was exhausted. I like it like a tall fruitful thing to suddenly falling off in life and fruit until it dressed up. Who called not in not to be the just 3 days, the prophet tax, with an enjoyment immediate enjoyment, took a 180-degree turn. Even the prophet tax had removed, and his magnificent home to be outside of the land because people feared his sickness. For some 18 years, Ayub prophet tax experienced texting we can see just as rarely as humans do weird. But there is something different about how the prophet tax viewed those trials. Evidence of this is prior given through the month of Ayub prophet tax. Here is prior my creator, the maker of whom I'm sick, and you're the merciful that. In prior sentence, I gained to value the presently are the K, great power and power. The value are two. One, the prophet job advertisement for everyone can happening him to will allow by God test for Marisrin prophet. 2. Because of a fight in harmony with God's will, the prophet tax did not fit again. This point, and in the way church God empowered action against him that already claiming God's name and will. And above all, Allah let Iran Empire be until God returned the treasure of Ayub prophet tax double his word. And remember the story Job when he called out his God, "Oh my God, verily I have been stricken with sickness, and you are the most merciful of all, so allow his call and eliminate the descent that is him, and we return his family to him, and we double their numbers." as mercy from insight and to survive and warning to all who worship God. Quran Surat Al-Anbiya verse 18:3 until 84. Finally, we can learn from challenging period of pandemic what sort of mindset we have used in mind in test and creating times for me personally, for us to break into darkness and in order to bring about the wonders of God as in time in this event. The whether or not, like or not, the confident or invite God to must be reaffirmed, begin and rebuild us with relation with God. Severely burn any barriers separates us from His great love. In these challenging times, we are able to see goodness and opportunities of God, and so that we are enabled to endure, become more resilient, and some we equally do not understand. Until His time in testing time were over, all His work were built and broke by God to add it cuts in double digits. Out of all this, I hope, may we together all go the process all in until we become one soul and conversations that will humble ourselves before Allah. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.